good to see you. You get fairy dust, I get fairy dust. Amalia's right here, and she's getting fairy dust too. She knows it's her job to be right next to us, so you wanna get in your bed? Get in your bed. Okay, hold on. I wanna teach you something I just learned. Here she is. You wanna stay here? This can't be comfortable. The Adventures of a Pre-Med, Inch by Inch, Life's a Cinch, Yard by Yard, Life is Hard. So that goes to our doing the next right thing, doing the next right thing, doing the next right thing. We are capable of, all right, time to go, doing the next right thing, and inch by inch, I kind of like that better, like, because it feels doable. It's so little. So, okay, let's look at some other comments. Other comments. How are you doing? This is fucking hard. I gotta tell you, I went to the store this morning, and we were out of vegetables and other things, and it's exhausting. Like, it is exhausting. There were a lot of people there. I try to go, you know, as early as possible. I was there when it opened. And I just thought it was interesting how we think, like how, it reminds me of that woman that was telling everybody not to wash their hands. I mean, to tell everybody you have to wash your hands and don't touch your face. And then she proceeded to, and then turn the page with her finger. And so that's been out there for a little bit, but it reminds me of that. Like in our one side of our brain is working and is trying to do the right thing, and then muscle memory and old behaviors and groupthink are also happening at the same time, because it was chilly and it was rainy. And so they were like, they opened the door and they said, because there's a vestibule right before you go into the rest of the store. And everybody came, and then he opened the door so everybody could stand in the thing together. I was like, I felt like everyone else got to the store early for the same reason I did, which is try to not be around, like to be around the fewest people as possible. But because it was the old behavior and the muscle memory, he was so nice. He's like, I don't want you guys to be cold, please come in. And everybody came in, and then people standing like inches from each other for like 10 minutes. And it was just me and one other lady. Me and one other lady. I'm always the weirdo. I'm always doing something else. But in this case, I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna stay 6 fucking feet apart. And then there was another lady outside too, just standing in the rain like me, 6 fucking feet apart. So I felt I had a moment with her. We never spoke, but because we weren't gonna get that close to each other to speak. I mean, of course we were gonna have to, you know, be closer to people in the store and the cashier and all that, but you know, just trying to do as many next right things as possible. And I'm not saying that they were stupid to do that. I just want to be clear. I'm not making fun of them, but I just thought it was so, you know me, I'm a psychology bitch. Like, I'm a social psychology bitch. I want to see, oh, let me just take a gander at what's happening here. And they all went unconscious and forgetting like the whole point. Anyway, you get it. Okay, let's look at some other comments to see how you're doing. It's hard. I'm exhausted. I have done nothing. Like I did, but after the store, I was really worn out. Really worn out. And that just tells me there's a lot of shit in the air. There's still a panic in the air. There is, you know, it's stressful to try to remember all these things. It's stressful to not put your hands in your mouth. Oh, and we'll do this in a minute. But so again, so the minute you get in there, it's like, okay, well, I need some vegetables. I want to get some fresh vegetables and frozen vegetables. And I was like, who touched these? So I have to wash these when I get home, but I can't wash the red pepper with Clorox. So somebody touched these, put them here. Other people are like it just became a little overwhelming. And then I just resorted to I took for myself and for others, I took one of the plastic bags, you know, what you put with that, you put the vegetables in, and I just put it over my hand and treated it like a glove. So it was just everything I was touching it from inside the plastic bag. I know. And again, I'm not even a germaphobe. I'm just trying to, you know, be the best citizen I can be the best, you know, take care of my family. I don't come home with something. Because so you just don't know, and so that was stressful. It was all stressful, and I swear to God, like seeing those empty aisles, shelving like of empty where toilet paper used to be, is sobering. Like it's just like, oh my goodness. So I'm letting you know, like on every level, like of course you're tired. I was literally overwhelmed from a grocery store trip I make every week. Usually this day. So, but we're doing a lot of calculating. We're doing a lot of thinking. We're out of our norm. We don't get to, you know, like we go to the whatever store every time and then we just grab our things. But now it's like, let me really think about this. And then there's that other thing like, oh, I hope I don't forget anything. So it's just stressful. And I just want you to know so you'll continue to do self-care. I mean, we will minimize that this is hard. It is hard. Again, it's different. We're in a different time in our life. Again, this has not happened in our lifetime before. So we're just like having to do it differently, and it's scary. And then we have to deal with our own coping mechanisms. So the main point of just talking about all this, like I am right here, right now, is to know that we're susceptible. If we're on a cycle of abuse or a cycle of dysfunction with ourselves or other people, an explosion might happen. Like it's loaded and it's scary and it's uncomfortable. And I noticed I was getting irritated because I, of course, picked the slowest line, and the lady was taking her sweet time. It was, you know, other cashiers were seeing 3 people in the same time, and I got hooked by that. I was just like, okay. So that's me. Like that's something I wouldn't normally get hooked at. I would just be like, where do I need to be? But it was getting to me, and then I'm like, fuck that. And when it was my turn, I just started bagging the groceries, you know, so she would, and not to be ugly, but she was grateful for my help. It wasn't like this is passive aggressively slamming my shit in bags, I promise. But it's like that was for me in that moment to not get hooked. It was the antidote to that little bit of social friction and me getting, you know, me ready, because I'm ready for fawning. I'm ready for taking care of other people. I'm ready for fighting. Give me a fight. Give me something to be irritated at. Like it's all of these responses are ready to go in us. We're ready to, you know, like it could even be considered that I did a flee response when I went to the store in the first place. I had some frozen things already. It wasn't an emergency to go, but I did want to go, and you know, that's a shiny object. I gotta go. Flee, fight. I told you that, fawn. Oh, and freeze. Like I just, when I put all the groceries on the counter when I got home, I was like, I may be done for the day. But thank goodness there was a little fuel left. And I was able to do some other things, some protective things, you know. So I think I'm doing better, but this is challenging, and just really be gentle and understanding with yourself. If you get hooked, of course. If you get in a fight, of course. If you just shut down and cannot move off the sofa, of fucking course. So, and if you need shiny objects, if you need to be busy during this time, of course. And let's do anything that we can do to ease this process for ourselves. This is truly self-care. And I remember how you know you're doing enough self-care if you feel cared for. If you feel cared for, that's enough. Like if you're like, I feel like that was good. So I hope that was helpful. I love you so much. You're doing fucking amazing. Love you, bye.